Hello students, myself Shweta. I will start my topic with matrices. It is the topic of 12th class, chapter 3, matrix. What is matrix? Arrangement of mn elements into m rows and n columns is known as matrix. Simply you can say that arrangement of row and column is known as matrix. For example, we will take an example of matrix. This is the pattern to write the matrix. These are the rows of the matrix. And these are the column of the matrix. These are the rows and these are the columns. Now, what are the elements of the matrix? These numbers are the elements of the matrix. These are the elements of the matrix. Now, next important thing, what is the order of the matrix? Simply you can write order of the matrix in the form of R and C. R means rows and C means columns. For example, what is the order of the matrix? Simply you can say that number of rows multiplied by number of columns. Simply you can write in the form of R cross C means what are the number of rows? 2. And what are the columns? 2 cross 2. This is the simply order of the matrix. Now let us take another example. What are the number of rows? 2. What are the number of columns? 3. It means what is the order of the matrix? 2 cross 3. Simply R cross C. Now, types of matrix. Number 1, first one type is column matrix. Column matrix. Column matrix may be defined as the in which only one column. Okay. Only one column and number of rows. Only one column in this matrix. For example, number of rows are 3 and number of columns 1. R cross C की फॉर्म में हमने इसको लिख दिया order of the matrix. Second one is row matrix. Row matrix means in which number of rows only 1. single रो आएगी हमारे पास इसमें. Okay, and now example of the row matrix. नंबर ऑफ रोज कितनी है इसमें 1, नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स 3. नेक्स्ट वन एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. नंबर ऑफ रोज 1, कॉलम्स 2. Simply you can say that only one row and number of columns. Third one is rectangular matrix. Rectangular matrix means in which number of rows and number of columns are not same. Okay, same and not equal. Number of rows and number of columns are not equal. For example, number of rows 2 and number of column 3 means 2 cross 3. This is the example of rectangular matrix in which number of rows and number of columns are not equal. Now, next one is square matrix. Square matrix means in which number of rows and number of columns are equal. Number of rows equal to number of columns. Simply you can write as for example, number of rows 2, number of columns 2. This is the example of square matrix. Now